Hey, second graders, it's Miss Adams again. I hope you've been enjoying your music assignments and I hope you have not been stressing about them. Remember, this is for practice for you and it is for enjoying music. Don't let yourself get stressed out about it. Remember, I have always told all of my students mistakes are okay as long as you're trying. Don't ever forget that. It is so important. This week's assignment is again a whole lot like last week's. Um, this week, though, we're going to add one more step. Okay, so let's get started. You are going to again compose 4 measures of rhythm with 4 beats in each measure. So let me grab my glasses and get started. So you will start with a time signature. Your time signature is written 2 numbers stacked. There's no line in between them. It's not a fraction, okay? The top number in your time signature tells you how many beats go in a measure. A measure is just a group of beats, okay? So, if you follow along, you'll know what I mean. Remember, when you compose, you can choose from ta, ti, or sh. Those are the 3 that we're focusing on right now. And remember, it doesn't matter what you put next. There's no right or wrong answer about what goes next. I still have kids worrying about if they're right about what comes next. You can't be wrong, okay? It is completely up to you because you are the composer. So I need 4 beats. So here is 1, 2, 3, 4 beats. Now to show that I've got my 4 beats, I make a special line called a bar line. And a bar line is you just got to make sure it's way bigger than ta so that it doesn't look like another ta. And it just breaks our music up into measures, okay? This is called a measure. It's a group of 4 beats. We know this measure is over because we've got a bar line. Now, after the measure, I can keep going on this line because I have plenty of room, okay? If you have plenty of room for your next 4 beats, you can keep going on the line. If you only had enough room for 1 beat, you go down to the new line for the whole measure, okay? So I'm going to write my new measure. And I want to start with another ta-ti. And then I want ta. And I want another ta-ti. Ooh, that one's big. It's okay. And a ta. Remember, guys, I'm writing with my mouse. Well, I'm actually using the touchpad on my Chromebook right now. So sometimes when you're doing that, it gets a little off. That's okay. No big deal. There is 1, 2, 3, 4 beats in that measure. So I need another bar line to show that this is full. Now I have 1 measure. Remember, the measure just means I've got a group of 4 beats. Bar line shows the end of this measure. Now I've got a second measure. 1, 2, 3, 4 beats and a bar line. I need 4 of these. So far I have 2. This is not enough room for 4 more beats. So I have to go to the new line. It's not okay to write 1 beat up here and then the rest of it down here. You have to keep the whole measure together. So here I go. Don't go squishing it up against each other. It gets hard to see. So I'm going to come down here and I'm going to do my next set of 4 beats. And remember, there's no right or wrong about what comes next. It's just what you think it's going to sound good. Then when you go back and read it, if you decide it doesn't sound good, you can change it because you're the composer. You're allowed to do that. Here I have 1, 2, 3, 4 beats. This tells me I have to have sets of 4. So I'm going to put another bar line. And now I'm ready for my 4th measure. I have 3. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm ready for my fourth measure. I'm going to do ta, ooh, sh, ta, ti, and another ta. And then I put my bar line. And this time, since I'm all done, remember I had to have 4 measures, and I've got 4 measures now. Since I'm all done, it doesn't just get a regular bar line, it gets a double bar line. Okay? If you don't get your bar lines in the right place, that's okay. Don't worry about that. We should end up with 16 beats total. So, here we go. Now the next step is to read it. So I'm going to put my metronome on, and remember, you've got a link to go to that online metronome if you want to use it. Get my metronome going. Whoops, I accidentally turned it off. No, I didn't. My battery died. Woo! I guess I'm going to tap my beat today. So let me grab something here. Okay, here we go. And I'm going to tap, and I'm going to try to point while I'm tapping and read it. We're just going to do one measure right now. 1, 2, ready, go. Ta-ti, ta-ti, sh, ta. Try it with me. 1, 2, ready, go. Ta-ti, ta-ti, sh, ta. Good. Now let's try just the second measure. 1, 2, ready, go. Ta-ti, ta, ta-ti, ta. Do it with me. 1, 2, ready, go. Ta-ti-ta, ta-ti-ta. Good. Now let's go back and do both measures together. 1, 2, ready, go. Ta-ti-ta-ti, sh, ta, ta-ti-ta, ta-ti-ta. Now we're going to do the third measure by itself. 1, 2, ready, go. Ta, ta-ti, ta-ti, ta. Do it with me. Ready, go. Ta, ta-ti, ta-ti, ta. Good. Now start at the beginning and do 3 measures. 1, 2, ready, go. Ta-ti, ta-ti, sh, ta, ta-ti, ta, ta-ti, ta, ta, ta-ti, ta-ti, ta. Let's do just that last measure. 1, 2, ready, go. Ta, sh, ta-ti-ta. Do it with me. Ready, go. Ta, sh, ta-ti-ta. Good. Now let's do all 4 measures together. 1, 2, ready, go. Ta-ti, sh, ta, ta-ti-ta, ta-ti-ta. Ta, ta-ti, ta-ti-ta. Ta, sh, ta-ti-ta. Good. You can back that up and practice as much of that again as you need to. You might not need to at all. Whatever you need is what you can do. Now, the next step this week is to play it on a percussion instrument. Now, don't be thinking, oh, I don't have a percussion instrument. Yeah, you do. You don't have to have a real percussion instrument. A percussion instrument is anything that makes it sound when you hit it. So I want you to pause the video and go find something, okay? Maybe you'll use a plastic container and tap it with 2 pencils. That's okay. I just got my plastic container here, and I'm tapping it. You can't see it, but it's there. Maybe your mom doesn't want you tapping on her plastic containers. Don't tap on anything that you're not allowed to tap on. Maybe she'd rather you use a metal bowl, so you could use a metal bowl and some wooden spoons. Or maybe you don't have anything that you're allowed to tap on. I'm just using my hands now, tapping on my desk. That's okay too. Anything you can find. You might have a real drum at your house. If you do, use that. So go find something, whatever it is, and then come back. Okay, did you get something? I hope so. What I decided I want to use is my Altoids tin. I like the metal sound that it makes. And let's see, what am I going to sit it on so you can see? I just stuck my arm in the camera. That's okay. Let me get my straw out of my Yeti. And then I can tap on. Ooh, that makes a cool sound too. I'll set this here so you can see it. And I am going to tap on it with let's see. I'll use these pencils. I've just got two pencils. One's not even sharpened. That's okay. If I was home, I'd find something different, but I'm at school. Now, you are going to, last week we clapped it and said it. This week you're going to play it and say it. So if you say ta-ti, you tap ta-ti. If you say ta, that's one sound, so you tap once, ta. If you say sh, you don't tap at all. So I'm going to do this for you one measure at a time. Join with me if you can. 1, 2, ready, go. Ta-ti, ta-ti, sh, ta. Let's do that measure one more time. Ready, go. Ta-ti, ta-ti, sh, ta. Now let's do the second measure. I'm trying to point to my screen. Starting here. 1, 2, ready, go. Ta-ti, ta, ta-ti, ta. Let's do that again. 1, 2, ready, go. Ta-ti-ta, ta-ti-ta. Now we're going to do the first and second measures. 1, 2, ready, go. Ta-ti-ta-ti, sh, ta. Ta-ti-ta, ta-ti-ta. Good. Let's do the third measure by itself. 1, 2, ready, go. Ta, ta-ti, ta-ti-ta. Now we're going to do measure 1, measure 2, measure 3. Remember, you can back up and practice whenever you need to. 3 measures. 1, 2, ready, go. Ta-ti, ta-ti, sh, ta, ta-ti-ta, ta-ti-ta, ta, ta-ti, ta-ti-ta. Good. Let's do just the fourth measure by itself now, starting right here. I'll leave my dot there. Are you ready? 1, 2, ready, go. Ta, sh, ta, ti, ta. Do that one more time, just that last measure, starting where my dot is. 1, 2, ready, go. Ta, sh, ta, ti, ta. Let's put the whole thing together. And remember, you can back up and practice whenever you need to. Whole thing. 1, 2, ready, go. Ta-ti, sh, ta. Ta-ti-ta, ta-ti-ta. Ta, ta-ti-ta. Ta, sh, ta-ti-ta. Okay, so that's what you're going to be doing for this week's assignment. You can watch the video as many times as you need to. You probably don't need to watch it again. But if you do, don't feel bad. Just watch it again. And have a great week. Remember, mistakes are okay as long as you are trying. Remember, I love you. Remember, I miss you. Remember to have fun with this. Bye, guys.